Hey everybody, welcome back to Ready Steady Play, where we are doing Ishtar. This is our finale and final thoughts on Ishtar. It's Chris's turn. We're almost done.
It's also Christmas.
It's also Christmas, yes.
Yay! We're not mentioning that enough.
In case you can't tell,
Ring those bells.
This is our
Jingle those bells. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me that tile.
I can't believe you put your mug in front of the Christmas tree and completely obscured it.
No. Ready Steady Play is more important than Christmas trees.
This year for Christmas, give your family a Ready Steady Play.
What? Am I allowed to do this?
No.
That would be really helpful. Oh, that's really.
Ooh, I know why you... Did you put that there, buddy?
Me?
I think I did.
No, I
Chris
did.
did.
Oh, Chris did.
Why is that clever of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so clever. Oh, I mean, I thought maybe it would annoy him. I don't know.
Because I can't place any tile now really there, because it'll touch your garden.
Oh, I stick because I wanted the gem. No, that's not my garden. I don't own it.
Yeah, but he cannot connect the tiles here to the tiles there, so you can't actually fit anything in there.
Because it'll touch this garden, or if something goes there, it'll touch this garden.
That's not my intention.
These are not gardens, Michael. These are entire vegetation.
Okay.
Things. In fact, actually, do you know what? That's we actually broke a rule then, didn't we?
What?
When you put this one down here, that's actually illegal because you're touching this fountain here.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, because the vegetation tiles were connected to this fountain.
Oh, which one's illegal then?
It was this one, but never mind.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Because these vegetation tiles came all the way out over here, didn't they? From here.
Yes.
No, that's separate. I don't know when they connected. I was doing stuff over here, and you were doing stuff this way.
Yeah, but when you placed this tile, it was connected to this one. This was like your first or second tile, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And so it was connected to the one I placed. So technically to the white fountain. So whenever you placed that one, that was the illegal placement because it connected the white fountain tiles to the purple fountain.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
But
Is there a way of fixing that?
Not that I can think of.
Could we just...
Not now.
Well, the biggest problem is the fact that...
maybe we can just not give you 4 points
that's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. Or because you can say... yeah, I mean, forgetting this gem for a second, this could just be there, and that could just be there. I place both of these.
And thus creating a massive final surge for this to gain control of this.
Is that fair?
4 points.
Do you reckon? Is that fair?
That seems the most fair to me.
Alright, let's just
because I placed both of them, I
over.
could have done that.
Literally no one can claim this fountain now anyway.
There's nothing to prevent me from doing that.
Yeah, that's fine then. We'll just press on with that.
Hey, I'm the one who's lost 4
I think
points.
that's the fairest.
Thanks, lads.
No problem.
So I'm going to... Have you placed your double yet?
That means this entire middle section here is just one fountain thing.
I have nothing useful to do with this one then. I have no gems to skip. That's really upsetting. This is a totally useless turn for me. That's a hard rule to remember, isn't it?
That's, I think, the trickiest rule to remember is that the garden, or the entire vegetation has to branch out from one single fountain and cannot be connected up.
Yeah.
I think it's the most unintuitive. You know, it's quite easy to remember that the gardens can't be connected, and the gardens have to focus on one single. But the tiles themselves, yeah.
Because I hope I don't... Is I going to give him...
You haven't given me anything there.
Yeah, but and based on what's coming up, I probably won't. But who knows? No. But it gives me those gems, I want them, so... And that's a useless tile for me. I do think that's the best way to do it.
I don't think I can connect that, Chris.
Okay. Well, if you do, you do.
No, I don't think I can.
It's my turn then, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, I have to take this one because I can't afford to skip any. Wait. And then I think the only useful place for me to go with this one is actually like up here because like I can't place it connected to my garden anywhere else and it would be a shame to miss out on 4 points.
Yeah, I couldn't work out how to get out of my
I mean, I could plop it in here.
Well, that would work.
That would work, but that doesn't really matter. Neither of these matter. But I think this one makes your life more annoying.
Ah, so you want to make my life annoying.
He
well, do I want...
he doesn't think I'm in contention.
Oh, he just doesn't like me as much.
Well, but no, I don't know how to make Chris's life annoying. I don't think I can place it anywhere that bothers Chris.
Very much do my own thing.
Chris is very much doing his own thing.
Oh, I could have bought
Yeah,
that,
I'm
so
pretty much...
I
That
could-
garden now can't be extended at all.
Can I buy that at the end of my turn? Because I forgot to.
Oh, yeah, I don't have a problem.
Thank you. I keep forgetting I can do that, even though I did it non-stop at the start of the game.
Yeah, this garden is now dead to me because anything touches... Oh, that could touch. But there's no of those shit. There's that. Which I can't get.
I don't think I've got any fountains.
And I can't... Yeah, because anything here will touch you. Anything here will touch you. Yeah. Oh,
Well, now we'll find out whether or not you even need a fountain to win the game.
buddy,
Well, I mean-
you killed me.
I think you're doing quite well, Michael.
Oh, I think I end the game, don't I?
You've triggered game end.
Yeah, and because you're the last player, it is the end of the game.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Good thing you let me buy that card. It cut me an extra 6 points.
And that's it.
Cool.
That's it.
Because you can't do a special action because you have no gems.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
And I can't...
That ended a lot more abruptly than I was expecting.
I thought I was going to get one more turn. Maybe two.
Me too, yeah. I thought I'd have this one more.
The curse is your 4.
The curse is my 4, yeah. If I'd let you have that space, we could have played one more round. Well, that could have worked in my favor.
Cool.
All right, well, I'll get rid of that one because I don't get to score it.
Do you want a scoring pad?
Yeah, where's the scoring pad, Michael?
It's here, buddy. Is
Is
this only your second time playing it? Or did you play?
Yeah, my second time. Time still.
Do you want a pencil?
Yes, please.
Oh, we're going to write it with its own spit.
All right. So, we've got Chris, Mike, and Michael.
But how will we tell the second two apart?
All right, Chris, how many points do you have for trees?
For tweez? 9, I told you. 10,
Okay, 9.
Plus 14 is 24. Plus 6 is 30. 35.
35. And I have 30. And how many do you have, Michael?
19.
19. All right, and now we're counting flowers.
So these are all flowers in our gardens.
Yeah, all the flowers in your garden.
Shall we do one at a time?
Yep.
Or do you want to do it together?
I think do one at a time to make sure we don't make mistakes. All
All right, well, we'll start with Chris's then because he is number 1 in the order. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17.
I agree.
And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11, 15, 18, 19, 20. Michael's got a lot of flowers.
Yeah, he really went down the flower path.
So many flowers. Okay, so you've got 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, 13, 14, and that's that around there. So I'm just going to put 14 up here. And then over here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 13, 17.
Ooh, well
so that gives me a total of 31.
Well done, mate.
Nice. And then it's fountains we control. Chris, I'm afraid you have 0.
No!
And I've got 12. And Michael, you've got 10.
Okay.
And now it
No one had
is...
that one at all in the end.
Yeah.
We couldn't have placed anything in there. Literally, you can't place legally next to this, even after you moved your tiles. Because there's not anything that fits.
True.
Oh no! Someone could have gone in here with a curvy piece, but
yes.
there wasn't a legal curvy piece anyway.
There's one. You could have that one there. If you
Yes.
got around to
If
it.
you'd gotten around to that,
I needed the
you could
curvy
have
piece.
used that.
I needed the curve.
So, Michael, I'm afraid you have. Oh,
I have-
Chris first.
Yep.
Chris, you've got
So sacred
so
tablets.
is it the
next to my garden.
stone?
8 points for sacred stones.
Yeah,
2,
4. Yeah.
4, 6,
Yeah.
8.
8 points, please.
Plus,
Just 7 points.
so 15 in total. Yeah. And I've got, I think, 8.
Yours is the trees
So is
next
that-
to your garden.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah. I really wanted
Yeah.
to fill this in and get like another bunch of points, but
That'd been great. Yeah.
that would have been great. And Michael, I'm afraid you got
I get
0.
0.
All right, so
So I think it's quite close,
start with
actually.
It is
Chris.
surprisingly close.
Chris is on 50, 67. Ooh. I'm on 50,
70.
70.
Ooh, upsetting.
And Michael, you've got 40, 50, 60 as well. No, 60.
Oh my
60.
god! This is what killed me.
Damn, I meant to say 70 as well.
If I'd gotten that fountain, I'd have won.
You would have won by 1 point. So it's your sort of your honor for making up the. What was the tiebreaker?
What I wanted was.
I don't even know what the tiebreaker is.
No.
Well, Chris, know that this was an incredibly close game.
It was incredibly
It was
close because I was only probably 2 gems away because I wanted the stones as well, and I think if I'd got the stones, then I would have been approaching 67 as well. So it was very close.
I wanted to get this one out because that would have been worth 10 points to me.
Yeah.
Because I could have put it down there. I got 3 points plus the other 4 flowers here plus this.
I think that was your winning move, dude. Well done. Well, good game.
Ooh! Was it?
Yeah.
Well,
Because you stopped me from capitalising on this, I think. So. Well done.
well done.
Good game.
9, 10, 11, 1, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, one of them. Oh, I know which one it was. The very last one I bought late. I didn't put a tree down for. I was just curious if we'd remembered every time.
To put out a tree?
Yeah, it was the one I bought. I remember just a second late. Towards the very.
Oh, when you were like, when you wanted the backseat to buy it.
Yeah. There you go.
Just don't put it next to me and it won't matter.
Well, game well played.
Well played.
Well played. Very
played.
close. Very close.
All right,
Yeah,
and
very
now
close.
we're going to go straight into final thoughts because this has been a shorty.
So for Christmas, I don't think the theme really quite sits.
But you're not getting the Christmas, but we're building Christmas trees. We're bringing Christmas trees to the desert, and in the future there will be an available stock of Christmas
So what you're
trees.
saying is we're going to desert tribes and trying to convert them to Christianity. How appropriate.
Yeah, this is an incredibly religious game. So I thought. So this is my second play of this actually, and I gotta say, after both plays, I find it an absolute bear to set up for the length. But I actually,
Bear?
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to set up.
Okay.
But actually, I think I really like it. Actually, I think I like it more than Blue Lagoon.
I didn't set it up. I don't see why it's so tough to set up.
Because it's
you
all
have to-
faffing around with this.
You've got to randomize these tiles, and then you've got to work out the stacks and put the top one face up and the others face down. Then you've got to populate all the gemstones. You've got to randomize
Oh,
the
the
fountains.
gemstones actually, yeah, that's a bit faff. isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
I
a
forgot
bunch
that.
of faff to set up. I mean, for a game that is sort of 45 minutes to an hour long, you know, it's quite a lot of sort of setup time. But I actually really liked it, so I really enjoyed this playthrough.
I enjoyed this playthrough more than our first, but I'm not a fan. I think it's just because it's of these games in particular. Because I wasn't the biggest fan of Blue Lagoon either, but I would play it with someone who wanted to play it.
Michael, not a fan of Bruno Cathala.
No.
What about you, Chris?
I haven't played Blue Lagoon. I watched a playthrough of it and just thought not for me. I might need to revise it. I really like this. I'm a big Bruno Cathala fan. But I don't like it because of that. I wasn't predisposed. I don't think I was predisposed to like it just because of Bruno Cathala. I just seem to always like his games. I'll probably pick this up actually. This was
It's very thinky. It's very.
but it's not too open. I could see people playing it who aren't as adept at games.
What I like as well about it is the sort of the cognitive load actually narrows as you go on because the options become more limited,
Yes.
and so the game speeds up over time.
Yeah, I mean,
Which I quite like.
and I didn't suffer from that sandboxy thing at the very start. At the very start, I was like, "Oh, if I take that tile, I can do this little combo, get the 2 gems I want, which means I can score that later." And then I don't know. I immediately just saw a path at the very start. I was like, "Oh, "I'll do that." So the fact that it narrows in scope, but it doesn't start off at that whole like that Uwe Rosenberg sandbox level of
Yeah.
openness.
Yeah, and what I liked actually was you picked that tree strategy,
Yeah.
and you got the most points for trees, and also you
Just,
didn't actually
yeah.
score a single fountain, and yet you came second.
Yeah, and then had I scored that one fountain, which I probably could have done if I just hadn't brain farted that rule. You definitely can win doing that with no.
Yeah.
And I probably could have won with no fountains as well.
Yeah, I reckon if you were just focused entirely on optimizing tile placement
Yeah.
for jewel acquisition, you could probably get that.
I was thinking about getting
almost
that one.
winning like with just that strategy. And this one, you know, like just keep the guys.
I planned.
Like
I
unlock
planned
the 4
on,
guys and keep them. That's 21. No, that's 28 points. That's
Yeah.
huge.
I planned on grabbing this instead of this initially, and then just spent my last 2 or 3 turns, however many I got, just grabbing purple gems.
Yeah.
Now, as it turned out, I made the right decision because the reason I did it in the end was I had no gems. I was like, well, I might as well do this one first and then see if I get the opportunity to. Because when the game ended, I obviously made the right decision. But I definitely could have won doing what I was doing. And if
I think the scores are close enough that we all kind of could have won. And you were going for a distinctly garden strategy. I was kind of a bit homogenous, really, doing a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And I was quite lucky to grab a couple of big trees early on. But I did feel a bit like I sacrificed some of my positioning to do it. Because then I kept thinking throughout the whole game, I need to get this and I need to get that in order to sort of fix the sacrifices I made. And I never got them in the end.
And there were a few times that you were like, well, at least once I can remember you gave up some gems for some more optimal placement. But yeah, no, I really like it. I think
and it looks pretty on the table too.
Yeah, I do. That is the one thing I do really like about it. I like these trees.
It looks that pretty.
You don't think it looks that pretty?
No, funnily enough, I don't. I think it's all one colour. But and these are a bit cheap and nasty.
Look at the little trees. Oh, I think it looks really pretty.
It looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's okay.
And it's got all the little gemstones.
I wouldn't give it a massive tick for presentation or anything. I'd give it a straight line.
I like how every garden's going to look different as well every time you play it.
Yeah, but it's all the same type of flower even. Like, it's all just...
Yeah, but I reckon...
I don't think it's very interesting to look at. Like, it's like, oh, I've got a garden of yellow flowers and you've got a slightly different shaped garden of yellow flowers.
It's like
well, it would have been nice to...
I'd be slower to praise visual graphic design.
But the treeples are good.
Okay. Again, they're all the same. Well, they usually are, right? But that's fine. I don't know. These kind of irk me a little bit. This nasty plastic. Because why are these plastic? These are wood. That annoys me. And the fact that I know it's desert, but it's all the same colour. Yeah, I know. Actually, I hadn't even thought about it, but I don't like the way it looks.
That's interesting.
I think it's a bit.
That was the one thing I did like about it.
But I love the game design.
Well, these criticisms are all subjective, aren't they? So
yeah, that's it.
You two fundamentally disagree on this game in every element.
No, we both like the Essen promo card.
The shiny trees.
Do we?
Everybody likes the shiny trees. There you go. So if you want to play with Michael, you have to get the Essen promos. But what do we think about bringing this home for the family for Christmas?
Specifically for Christmas?
Well, I mean, just
to
play with your family.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I really like it, because it is only about an hour. I wanted to come back to the level of how cerebral, how thinky it is. I think it hits that really nice sweet spot where I'm very engaged and I'm going through that internal anguish you go through when you're playing a board game, but it never gets to that actual genuine anguish moment. It never gets to that. For me, it's hard thing to quantify. It's a hard thing to kind of even verbalize, but it just hits that exact level of cerebral engagement that I think is spot on for me.
See, I would say the opposite. I know every family is different. I think this teeters too much over the edge. I don't think if I took this home to my family, they would enjoy playing this game.
Because how often do you play games with your family? Actually, I've never asked this.
Not very often. We always play on Christmas Day. And we always try and play when I go home, because I'm like, can we play a board game?
No.
But other than that, they're not that interested really in playing them. So
my parents do play some board games by themselves. I mean, through me they've gone into it, but they will play a 2-player game every so often themselves over a weekend. Yeah. So they are a bit more. Even though my dad's rubbish at board games and take them on. Like, my dad if he played this, my dad would probably do the tree thing, or he'd pick one. He during the game explanation, I can see his eyes light up at one point. He's like, "Oh, I understand that concept. Acquire gems, spend them to buy trees," and then he'll just do that and only that, and he usually wins the first game as a result, because he's just doing one strategy and everyone else is learning how to play things, and then he never wins again. But he'll always win the first time he play a game because he just super specializes.
That is funny.
So because my parents are a bit more gamer inclined, I think this is appropriate for them.
They play with me more to play with me rather than I enjoy playing.
Right.
It's more to it's I the one thing that I do think this is good that has going for it is it's not long. And that would be the one criticism.
It's quite a lot shorter than
I think this is definitely one of its strongest positive points, is that it's got a really good sort of level of cognitive sort of investment for the length of the game, like and just as sort of your options start to really like narrow and you start to sort of wonder if then it ends, and it's good actually. The pacing is good. It's good.
I think it probably is. It's a lot shorter than his other kind of major releases of late, like well, I say of late, a long time ago, like Five Tribes and Yamatai. But it still kind of scratches the same itch in a weird way, even though the gameplay is utterly different. How is it like Blue Lagoon though? That's what I don't understand, because isn't Blue Lagoon just placing a tile every turn? That's all you do every turn, right?
No, then you have to take them off, take them back.
Is it the trail of
well, the other thing you're doing in Blue Lagoon is you're sort of putting out these sort of like spawn points for the next phase, and you've got to decide where they exist. And I think the way it's sort of, because what it is about Blue Lagoon is it's the way you build these sort of gardens, and in a way you're sort of narrowing down the scope of your opponents in two fashions. You're putting out tiles, which means that there's less options for them, less places for them to go with their gardens and the placement of their tiles. But then also, as you claim the gardens, there's less place for them to place their vegetation tiles. But then as you claim the gardens, there's less places for them to go with their tiles as well, because they might wind up giving you flowers, or they can't place it there because they don't want to. Right. And in that way, there's that sort of the Blue Lagoon has that same kind of aspect of, as you put out the citizens, you're sort of like restricting your opponent's movement and where they can go and their options too.
Okay.
So there is, even though they are quite distinct, they do have a sort of a similar kind of feel.
Okay.
About
I have to try Blue Lagoon
simultaneously trying to capitalize on your own points game while restricting the options of your opponents around you.
Did you get it?
Blue Lagoon? No, we just played the prototype on the channel.
Yeah. I didn't know if you'd got a review copy.
No, I didn't get a review copy.
The only negative I'd point out is something I do really hate is finicky rules, and the placement rules are a bit finicky.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of line of sight rules and like dungeon crawls and stuff. It's just needlessly complex, and I don't know. It probably is what it had to be.
Well, I was going to say actually that I do think that because they are quite finicky, and I do think that the depth that we enjoy of the game is the same thing that requires these finicky rules. I mean, maybe they could have been more streamlined, and I would have liked it to be more streamlined, but at the same time, I think the fact that I enjoy it, despite the fact that the rules are a bit finicky, is a testament to its other qualities.
Oh, yeah, most certainly.
But yes, that is a valid point, absolutely. And yeah, there are some finicky distinctions, you know.
Yeah. Is there, what is the price tag for it?
Yeah, so you can get it online for about £35, maybe a bit less.
Yeah, 35 is what I was thinking.
But I think retail, it might be a bit more than that.
I wouldn't want to pay any more than that.
Favorite local game store.
No, I'd probably pay up to 40 if the going price was 40, and that's just what it was. I'd probably pay it anyway. But I'll pick this up for 30 or 35 quid. Definitely, I really like it.
If I had a copy, Chris, you could have mine.
He's probably one of my top 3 or 4 designers, Bruno, and I'm pleased to see I like his next game.
Perfect. Well, that's Ishtar for you guys. So now we've done our super competitive game. We'll be back tomorrow for our
super competitive.
For our extra competitive, we're going to play Monopoly. We're going to be playing. Tomorrow we'll be playing something cooperative. So I hope you're enjoying this Christmas special, guys, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Merry Christmas from the desert.
Oh, and YouTube algorithm looks for keywords now. Subscribe, comment, bell.
Ring the bell.
Bell icon below.
It literally does that. Apparently,
it checks the audio.
Yeah, the YouTube algorithm can tell the words we're saying, and then it will promote videos that use YouTube words and phrases.
Bell, subscribe now.
Turn on your notifications if you're using a mobile.
Yeah,
comment.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat.
No, Google doesn't own all those.
Oh, Oculus Rift. Oh no, that's not Google.
No Facebook, anti-Facebook. Damn
it. Google Play. Stop it. What else does Google own? They have that thing. What's their Alexa competitor?